You've just landed on the channel where adventure meets nature, and today, we're uncovering the secrets behind the Arctic's true apex predator, the polar bear. Polar bears aren't just bears, they're the heavyweight champions of all land carnivores. Males can grow up to a jaw-dropping 3 meters and weigh a massive 700 kilograms. These icy behemoths roam the subpolar regions, living most of their lives atop floating sea ice, earning them the nickname sea bears. Unlike their omnivorous relatives, polar bears dine strictly on meat, feeding only on animals that share their frigid neighborhood. They are masters of movement across snow, slippery ice, and icy waters. Still, in such a lifeless frozen desert, finding food isn't easy. While the surface appears desolate, a vibrant world thrives beneath the ice. And since marine mammals must come up for air, the polar bear patiently awaits, always aware, always ready. When it comes to ambition, polar bears think big, even bigger than themselves. And that's where walruses come in. These 3-meter-long giants, weighing about a ton, are equipped with massive tusks and thick hides. On land, they're far more vulnerable than in water, but they're still not an easy catch. Only the hungriest, boldest bears dare challenge them. As soon as they spot danger, walruses scramble toward the sea. But their bulk slows them down, and in the rush, the rear guards brandish their tusks to defend the herd. A smart bear doesn't go for the crowd. It looks for stragglers. Yet even then, a walrus's skin 10 thick and nearly 20% of its body weight is like armor. Not even the bear's powerful jaws can break through. Dragging such a massive creature is nearly impossible, and often the prize slips through the hunter's claws. Not every polar bear can handle prey this tough. It's a high-risk, high-reward game. If the seal detects the hunter, the game is over in a flash. Still, even in failure, the bear learns. In open waters, seals are vulnerable too, but catching one there takes stealth beyond belief. Somehow, despite their size, polar bears can become invisible. They silently glide through the water, closing in on their unsuspecting prey. It's a test of patience, coming up to gauge the distance, then dipping down again. Seals may be resting, but they're never off guard. One slip, and they'll escape. But with perfect planning and silent grace, the bear makes its move. A sudden leap, a surge of muscle and instinct, and sometimes, just sometimes, that's all it takes. When summer arrives, the usual hunting tricks don't work anymore. With melting ice, bears must adapt. Huge energy stores are needed, but instead of another deadly fight, the bear takes on a new challenge. Among cliffs full of nesting birds, a risky opportunity arises and the polar bear becomes a rock climber. One wrong step on these steep ledges could mean death, but the hunger is too strong to ignore. Reaching the nests, the bear feasts on the eggs, a long-awaited treat. Birds like guillemots defend their nests with all they've got, but against a bear this size, resistance is futile. Meet the beluga whale, sleek, agile, and part of the toothed whale family. These underwater predators grow up to 4 meters long and can weigh over a ton. But life in the Arctic isn't without scars, and belugas have the battle marks to prove it. When the ice locks the sea, only a few breathing holes called polynyas remain. This is where the bear lies in wait, silently watching. Belugas, needing air every 20 minutes, must surface eventually, and every breath is a roll of the dice. Catching one in open water? Nearly impossible. That's why polar bears use strategy. The experienced ones wait near polynyas like statues while the impatient ones swim out, but whales are smart, and the splashy swimmers usually go hungry. But tides bring belugas closer to shore, and this is when the most patient predator gets a shot. With the stillness of stone, the bear stands unnoticed until, in a sudden blur, it springs into action. Even a young whale is a hard-won prize, but the payoff is worth it. Sure, polar bears might go after fish now and then like their brown relatives, but salmon are rare in their harsh world. Only the most skilled get that lucky bite. As winter returns and the ice thickens, life for polar bears falls back into rhythm. With new ice, the seal hunt resumes. The bears stake out the polynyas again, waiting for seals that surface for air. Success isn't guaranteed. Only 1 in 10 attempts ends in a catch. And with less ice each year, hunting gets harder. To avoid scaring off prey, the polar bear transforms like a giant feline. It blends into the ice, stalking with calculated care and silent steps. Every now and then, luck washes ashore literally. A dead whale carcass on the beach may look disgusting, but to a starving polar bear, it's a jackpot. A single adult can devour up to 60 kilograms of meat in one sitting. For once, the hunter can rest and eat in peace. Despite their brilliance and adaptability, polar bears go hungry for much of the year. With global warming melting sea ice at record speeds, their world is shrinking. Their ancient hunting grounds are disappearing. Today, only around 25,000 polar bears remain. If current trends continue, we may witness the extinction of these magnificent hunters before the century ends. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Arctic survival, give us a like, drop a comment, and subscribe for more wild journeys.